Good morning. Welcome to Wake and Bake with Old School and Co. I hope you're toking up and tuning in because you know I sure do. Going to give a quick shout out to some of our sponsors because we got some cool people sponsoring Old School and Co. We got Orca, Oklahomans for Responsible Cannabis Action. Now you're going to hear a lot about them because they're doing a lot of stuff. We've also got Be Elevated. That's the time release capsule that I take every morning. Cool, right on. I pick up my Be Elevated at Mom and Pop's Grass Station. They're down at 10808 East Alameda Drive in Norman, Oklahoma. All right, cool. I'm sitting here talking to my good friend David Kimbler. How you doing, brother?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Oh, doing great, doing great.
Good.
Now, we have done a lot of events together and a lot of stuff.
That's for sure. I think we spend our entire summer just doing events.
We every time, it turns out every time we show up, we're there together. It was cool, man. And your beard, do you change the color or does it change naturally? I've got to ask. People want to know.
I changed the color, honestly. But it all kind of started with my daughters. My daughters one year came to me during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and they wanted to know, hey, Dad, can we dye your beard?
Cool.
Sure, why not? It's just a beard. If I don't
There you
like
go.
it, just shave
hair.
it off.
Yeah.
So they dyed it hot pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and then it just kind of turned into a thing after that. You know, everybody took notice of the beard being colored and thought it was something cool, and so
and it is cool because, like you say, it does bring awareness to different sicknesses or maladies that people have because people are using different colors for different things like fibromyalgia, Crohn's disease, cancer, breast cancer, just different stuff. I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's been fun. I enjoy changing the colors and doing it, and it's brought me a lot of attention in places too.
There you
go. Being in the wholesale market and going out to different dispensaries, I've been able to go to shops 2-3 hours from my house I've never been to before, and they're like, "Hey, I know you."
I know you, yeah, because you stand out in a crowd, man.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Because it's your birthday. Now it was your birthday yesterday.
Right.
Well, it's really day before yesterday because we record and we broadcast on Monday or on Sunday. That was your birthday was Saturday. Happy birthday, man. Cool, right
Thanks,
on.
man. Appreciate it. Getting old, that's another good reason to color the beard.
Yeah, because it does cover up the gray, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, now you are a grower?
I've actually done a little bit of everything in the industry. So I've been a grower and a processor, worked in dispensaries, ran dispensary side, and done wholesale. And that's kind of what I've been doing here right now is the wholesale side of it.
And kind of learn the entire industry from every aspect of it.
Right, yeah, we got to kind of learn a little bit on our own because there's really no
There's
formal
no
training.
manual. There's no training manual. You've got to learn, and that's what, when you get out and you do those jobs, you do this job, do that, you're learning what people do.
Right. I'm a hands-on learner too. So
right on, cool.
You can show me how to do something 20 different times, but until I've actually done it myself, I'm not going to grasp the full concept of it. So
I know what you mean. Yeah.
My grandfather always told me the more stuff you know how to do, you never go broke either. So.
Well, there you go. And the more stuff you know how to fix. That's why I like the old school stuff naturally, because most of the new stuff, you can't fix.
Right, that's true. Yeah, I couldn't mess with cars now with all these computers and different things they've got, but you give me an old school car that just needed a carburetor torn off, I'm good.
Carbureted and points will always get you home.
Yeah.
Because the newer cars, like you say, you've got to have a computer to analyze it to find out what's wrong with it. And the old cars, one time I was sitting there in my old hot rod. I had one of those 50,000 volt coils on there, and it wouldn't start for some reason. Okay, first thing I wanted to check, see if it got fire. So I took a wooden handle screwdriver and I stuck my number one plug, and I put it on there, and I had my wife crank it. Well, that 50,000 volt coil went through that wooden handle screwdriver, and I went to my knees. Okay, we're getting fire. Obviously, it must be fuel.
Right. Yeah, and that's all you need to know back then was fire, fuel, and air.
That's it. That's all you need.
Which one was wrong?
Which one was wrong? And we used to adjust, like we say. You could take a matchbook cover and adjust your points to where your car would run to get home, but it limping home, but it worked.
Yeah, nowadays computer just shuts the whole thing off.
You're
done.
Now my diesel did have a limp home mode on it.
Yeah, the diesels do. Yeah.
Yeah, but the regular gas car, you're DIW, dead in the water.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I've just been trying to get into the whole social media thing some more. We do a lot of events, like you said, and
Right.
so just trying to bring awareness to the community and have some fun with it, and get people to look at us in a different way. I guess that hey, we're just regular people too, doing a job, and so the social media thing's kind of been a way to start outreaching, as you know. And
Yeah.
So just started picking up doing the TikToks and the
TikTok is fun.
Instagram reels and stuff. So if you guys want to check me out, OK Canna Dave.
Okay, Canada Dave, is that your
Instagram, TikTok, all of it's just going to be all OK Canna Dave.
There you
So
go.
that's my handle on any one of those. And so just trying to spread positive messages out there and let people know, hey, we're just regular
That's what
people.
we keep trying to do, just educate. Up here at the bunker, we just try to educate and spread a positive message. Show that people do get out. We've got a lot of creative people in our industry. They get out and do a lot of really cool stuff.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of fun with it, and I think sometimes people look at it as it's just a medicine. You guys shouldn't be doing these events and different things like that. But to us, it's just trying to spread a positive image. Like,
Yeah.
hey, we're normal people. We get up, we go to work, we do our job, but just like you go out and go camping with your buddies, that's the kind of stuff that we're
Right on.
doing, is just having a normal life.
And that's what we always talk about is a pendulum, with prohibition. The pendulum's been way over here. You couldn't talk about it. You couldn't do anything. And now the pendulum has swung over here to legalization. And I say it's going to settle down a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But right now, people are just saying, yes, I love legalization because we're in Oklahoma. And that was a big surprise when 788 passed in Oklahoma.
Oh, for sure. And I think part of it is a psychological thing. You say, the pendulum's way over here. You hear that a lot with people nowadays. They're like, oh, there's a dispensary on every corner. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. But you don't hear that on other things. Like if you drive down Meridian right now, you'll see 50 hotels. But you don't hear everybody saying, oh my gosh,
There's
there's
too many
hotels
hotels, yeah.
everywhere. And I think that's more of a psychological, mental thing, because right now seeing the dispensaries is still new in people's
Right.
mind. And so they stand out to them whether they want it to or not. It's just, oh, that's weird seeing a dispensary, but nobody does that with hotels. And like you said, I think that at some point it becomes a norm.
Yeah.
And so then it just doesn't stick out as bad. And right now I think it just sticks out in people's minds because it's something different.
Yeah, I can spot a dispensary quick.
Right.
Drive along, boom, there's one right there. And like you say, the people that don't use cannabis like us, they're seeing the same dispensaries like us, and they're going, oh no, that's bad, bad, bad. But a lot of them, if they talk to people in their families or talk to some of us, find out it is a medicine to it, and we just regulate during the day, just medicate just to have normal days.
Oh yeah. And I mean, that's my wife in general. Like, she was on several different prescription medications throughout her life for different things, and she's been able to use nothing but cannabis for years now.
Right on.
And so we've gotten her off of all the prescription medications, just using cannabis. And it's a lot better on her body, obviously, than some of these prescriptions that she was on.
You're going to have to give that FDA disclaimer. That's all in our opinion, because I
Yeah.
got off a lot of drugs too with cannabis, and in my opinion, that's what got me off those drugs, and I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, on that right there, we're going to take a short break. You're sitting here watching Wake and Bake with Old School and Co. I hope you toke up and tune back in, because I'm going to. Welcome back to Wake and Bake with Old School and Co. I hope you toked up and tuned back in. I'm sitting here talking to my good friend Nancy Wallace and David Kimbler. We're going to give a quick shout out to a couple of our sponsors. Okay, we've got Connie Johnson. She's running for governor. We've also got Joe Lewis. Going to give him a quick shout out. And Frank Urbanic. Oh, I see the camera right here. Frank Urbanic, he's running for mayor in Oklahoma City. Joe Lewis, Connie Johnson. All right, we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about here from Castile Farms. What we got going on, Nancy? We've got the grow, the 4F grow.
The Cat 415 Farm Festival has a lot of competitions. And the first competition that came out was the Pinkman's Goo Grow, and you both have plants in it.
We do both have plants in it.
Are you going to be able to get them there, or are they getting too big?
Oh, I'm gonna have to rent a U-Haul regardless. I have a small SUV. It's never gonna fit in there, so I'm just gonna, as long as I don't grow up bigger than a U-Haul, I'm good, right?
Cool.
Yeah,
there you go.
and sometimes horse trailers are really high, too.
Horse trailers will work.
Yeah, you can get a buddy with a horse trailer and just put some plastic over it.
That's true, but yeah.
Because it's going to be in what? Enid?
It's in Ponca City.
Ponca City, okay.
It's in Ponca City. It's at Ponca Lake at the big park, and the VIP is up at Wentz Pool. We have all the little castle cabins. There's 12 of those up there for our big VIPs and VIP sponsors. The sponsor for the grow off competition tent for the plants is going to be Black Dog LED.
Oh, cool.
They've stepped
I
up.
know Black Dog LED.
They're bringing in their gear. They're bringing in their lights. They're going to be setting up both in VIP and down in general admission. The judging will be down in general admission, of course. General admission is free now.
There you go. I saw that post the other day.
If you did buy a $45 ticket to get in, then you're going to get a day pass or a night pass for VIP.
Okay, cool. Now, how cool is this going to be, in my opinion, to have all these homegrown plants in one location? Because we're going to be transporting them. It's going to be my plan. I can transport it anywhere I want.
We've got a nice big spot to put them. So, we plan to see some U-Hauls and some horse trailers and some creative situations.
Because you've got a lot of different categories. That's what I love.
We do. We have a lot of different categories. There's no rules in the Pinkman's competition.
I love no rules.
It doesn't have to be in bud. It doesn't have to be in veg. It just has to be alive. And to show what you've done over the last 5 months of growing it.
That's kind of been my thing. I'm trying to figure out what stage I want to bring it in.
Cool.
Any stage is possible. I mean, I find plants in full veg with 1,000 clones on every branch to be beautiful.
Yeah. Well, you know me.
I like the real bushy girls.
I like the bushy girls too, the thicker girls.
Yeah.
Now you know me. I'm going to have it in bud because I'm going to be trimming those buds and smoking it.
I think with the pink mango, the idea that I have is to bring it in late flower, not harvestable, but late flower, so that you can see the rosin production and stuff, because that's what the pink man's known for.
Yeah. It is. But I'll give everybody a tip and a trick. I've only got this plant to goo once, and it was in an outdoor patient home grow in Hera.
Okay, now I've seen your post, and you've got you're growing some hay bales.
I am. I just harvested the hay bale greenhouse.
Oh, you did?
And we're getting ready to add some more heat to it, another layer of plastic, get some exhaust going out one end, and then we're going to replant it again once we turn the lights back on.
And we've had a great season for it. It's been extremely mild. We're in that La
It's
Nina,
been too mild. Yesterday I had to do a whole IPM program like spring because all the flies, moths. My house was full of house flies. I was like, oh, no. If the house flies have woken up, that means everything has woken up.
Yep.
So we had to do a whole spring IPM because you don't know what's coming through the window or the door right now.
That's for sure.
Okay, now why were you growing in the hay bales? Because we've got a lot of people that don't grow, like me, don't know. So I'm hitting Nancy up with tips. four tips.
The farm that I've been on for a little over a year now is a 19-acre hayfield. With a nice house and some shop buildings. And we fenced in a good outdoor. It's been over 20 years of no-till, no pesticides, no fertilizers, no chemicals of any kind. All they've done is gone out and cut it and bale it, cut it and bale it.
Right.
And I talked to the guy down the road who's baled it for 20 years. So I know it's not been tilled. I know it's not been messed with. I looked it through satellite photos, made sure there was one little area behind the shops where I'll never plant. I'm going to put another building there because they used to park tractors there. So I'll never, ever plant there. But all but maybe a half acre of it is perfectly plantable and really, really good. And I grew in hay bales one year before up in Colorado. I was staying in my camper for a whole season. It was so cold. And my neighbor said, you should get a bunch of hay bales and wrap them around your camper for the winter, and it'll help you stay warm. And, it was... We were trying to figure out how to skirt it. And I was like, let's get a bunch of hay bales. So we bought a bunch of hay and we put it around there. Oh no.
And Nancy's getting a call.
It's
okay,
my boss.
you gotta buy
He's
the
probably
ounce.
seeing me. It's my boss. He's probably seeing me.
Aw.
He's
Okay.
got GPS on the truck. He knows I'm in Oklahoma City.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I've hauled hay, so I know it is a great insulator, and it can spontaneously combust.
It can. So
Tell him you're doing a show. Okay, we're doing a show, bud.
we're in the middle of a show. I'll call you back.
That's great. I love it.
He's out there in New Jersey. He's going to fly out here in another couple of days. You know, he spends way more than half of his time here in Oklahoma.
Right.
But he does still have a home and family out there on the East Coast.
Oh yeah,
so
I understand.
he does go back for holidays pretty much, but that's about it. But he'll be here for New Year's.
Cool.
I don't know what anybody's New Year's plans are.
I don't think we've made any plans. We haven't gone out on a New Year's Eve in forever.
I haven't either.
That's
I usually
amateur
stay home
drinking
and
night.
Yeah.
For me, the amateurs are out drinking, I think, and I don't drink anymore, so I don't go out.
I usually stay home and pop seeds.
There you go. Cool.
Yeah.
We used to time all of our grows around holidays, so I would start
Mhm.
all my plants on a holiday, or I would set it to where it was going to end.
Finish at a
Oh,
holiday.
there you go.
holiday.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We for the first of the year we throw plants into bud. I have a whole room ready right now, all scrogged out, that we're throwing into bud for January 1st. So that'll be the Valentine's Day harvest, and then we're gonna pop seeds, and those will be for spring.
Now, that's one thing I want to talk about right here is you brought this brochure up here of all the seeds that Castile Farms has.
Not all our seeds are
Not
in there,
all of them?
but a
Not
good
all?
majority are there.
Okay.
A good majority are there, and a few
But
of those are sold out. But we do have many.
This
of
is
those
laid
strains.
out. I mean, I love the way this is laid out. It looks good to me. You've got the seed in there. You've got the description. I mean, Kim Dog, Bubba Kush, Blue Banana, Blueberry Gum, Black Dog. You got it all in it. You got a bunch in it, but this is not all.
We
the
do,
seeds
and
that you have.
the Pinkman's Goo I think is in
Is
there
it?
too. It's probably at the very back.
Is it alphabetized?
No, but the more special ones I think
More
are at the
special
back.
ones.
The private collections.
You can tell we're professionals here on the show. We've got everything rehearsed and planned.
Yeah, no, we don't have a clue what we're going to talk about when we sit
No.
down, but
Okay, well, there's one thing I wanted to talk about. This
we
nug
were
you got
going
right
to talk
here.
about this, the gold nug that I
The
bought
gold
out
nug.
at the
the
Auto
most
Flower
expensive
Cup.
nug you have
The
ever bought.
most expensive gram I'll ever buy in my whole life. It's probably about a gram's worth of cannabis.
Okay, now, I'm going
but
to hold this gold
They
nug.
sprayed it in
This is
graphite and
heavy.
then dipped it and gold plated it. And it is very, very heavy. It cost me $400. I'll never spend that on an ounce of weed.
I
Or
hear
on
that.
on a gram of weed. I wouldn't spend it on an ounce.
Now what they did with
But
that,
it does have about an ounce of gold, so I'm happy.
but
for
they
that.
took an actual nug.
It was an actual nug. It was an actual fresh nug that was not very well trimmed by the
We
looks
can
of
tell,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not Oklahoma standards, obviously.
No, and this is not a PGR bud either. Obviously, this was organic.
Now, how did they do that? How did they electroplate that, or?
He didn't tell me the whole process. He did offer that if I brought him a couple of ounces, that for about $2,500 he could make me some, and then I would get to pick like 4 or 5 of them, but he would keep the rest of the run.
Okay, cool. Well, there you go. I'll tell you what, on that note right there, on the golden nug, toke up and tune back in. Welcome back to Wake and Bake with Old School and Co. I hope you toked up and tuned in during the break. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. If you want to be a sponsor on the show, all you got to do is go to www.patreon.com/Old School and Co. Got a $50 sponsorship on there. For a $50 sponsorship, you get a logo running on the show. You also get a custom commercial every month, and you also get shout-outs during the show. We've also got where you can contact us if you want to be in the audience of the show. Tickets are free to be in the audience, and I always say second ticket's half price to be in the audience. Now, we're going to some cool places, so if you want to be in the audience, give us a shout out. Contact us at Wake and Bake with Old School and Co. We are now joined, we've got Nancy Wallace, David Kimbler, and we've been joined by what, Chico?
Kuka Maria.
Oh, you're such a sweet thing, too.
The chill chihuahua.
Okay. Now, Nancy's brought us a bunch of stuff from Castile Farms. This is too cool. I really do like these right here. Now, this is so handy. This is one of the deals where I take a lot of my used vape cart deals and stuff, and I carry my meds in them, and this right here comes with 3 pre-rolls in it from Castile Farms.
Yeah, 20% keef infused.
Okay, cool. There you go. Now
One thing I like about that packaging is that we always reuse this stuff, so it's
there you
you
go.
know, like if we roll something at home, we'll save that box and put them back in there. So
Put 'em
we'll
back
carry
in there?
those boxes
Yeah,
forever.
the little insert comes out.
Oh, it does?
Yeah,
Okay.
the little insert
Oh,
that they
okay,
sit
that-
on
that,
top of.
yeah.
Yeah, that comes right out, and you could use it for a seed tin or
Yep.
hash tin or whatever you wanted to put in it.
And that way it's metal, so I can stick it in my pocket.
Yeah, nothing
The
breaks
joints
inside.
aren't going to get broke. The joints are blunt, so aren't going to get broke. That's very, very handy. I do like that. Now, you have brought us a bunch of seeds up here also.
I have.
Okay. And we're going to do a big giveaway on TikTok. You can follow me on TikTok. I'm Old School and Co. But we're doing a big giveaway, and we're going to do a seed giveaway on that.
Yeah,
too.
we brought some seeds to donate for your giveaway.
Right
and we
on.
brought some for David Kimbler for his birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday
Appreciate that.
yesterday. Hey, happy birthday. We should have got a cake, man. I should have contacted Manny Cakes and got a cake. Okay, now, Castile Farms, we have mentioned that we're both in a competition on this grow. We've got a bunch of people in this. How many people are in this total, do you know?
I think there's 12 or 13.
The
We
Dad
had 2 that came in late.
Father just came in
Dad
late.
Father came in as a team with Gene Coker, I think.
Oh, he did? Okay, cool.
Maybe. She's
Yeah, I think-
teamed with someone.
She's taking with somebody.
Waxy Blonde is teamed with someone. We know that.
Yeah, it's Dad Father.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
it
it is
Dad
Dad
Father?
Father. Okay, cool.
Okay, and then somebody else also just recently got in late.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I
can't
put them in the.
remember.
I can only keep track of them if they're in that chat.
I know it is, yeah, because
You
we got
know,
a group that we're
that-
talking in.
I'm doing year-end inventory, and that paperwork everybody filled out is somewhere stuffed away, and there's 2 more to add to it, and I don't even know where it's at to add the 2.
Now, we've mentioned you are the grower at Castile Farms.
I'm a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Been out there over a year. It's the first job I've been on that I like the place better after a year
Cool,
than I
that's
did
great.
when I got there. And I
Yeah, I
was
like
really
it.
impressed when I got there. We've been through some aches and pains, and
It happens.
everybody goes through growing pains, and we've had to make some changes and to go different directions. But it's a really, really solid foundation, and that's why I've decided I'm going to go ahead and launch genetics and seeds under their brand, because I feel confident I'll be there for a very long time. So
And that comes back to where I've known you for a long time. So I am hitting you up for hints on how to grow my plant.
yeah, and I've been providing seeds for Oklahoma growers since I moved back here in 2018, and I've been providing seeds for growers all over the country for years now.
Cool.
Michigan, Florida, Colorado, California, even, which is, that's always a compliment when a California
Oh,
grower
yeah.
wants
When
to
they
buy
hit you
your
up for
seed.
seeds, yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
It's always
Yeah.
kind of nice though, being in the industry, like you said, and finally finding your home, basically, because a lot of us have been kind of trying to muddle through the waters. And
Yeah, it's really hard to find a mix that works of people, and it takes both sides. It takes the culture and the background knowledge, and it takes the new business and regulation side. And so if you can't meld those 2 together comfortably, the partnerships rarely work out.
And a lot of people have found a home in Oklahoma because of 788.
Well, 788 has made an explosion of businesses here. We have over 9,000 licensed growers now.
yeah, quite a few.
And that's I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't more than the entire country combined.
That's what we.
I need to look it up. I'm going to get those numbers for you because we have been establishing a database of every registered grower in the country. That we're working on a database for that.
That's one of those facts we do throw out a lot of times is we do think there's more growers in Oklahoma than the entire nation.
Yeah, I definitely would say that Oklahoma is now probably the grow capital of the country.
Right. Well, and that puts us in a really prime position to take over the entire market once legalization comes
Once
along
federal
federally.
legalization comes and we
Which,
can
you
ship.
know, they expect that by 2025. They expect by 2025 that we'll be opening interstate markets. So anybody who can just hang on until then is going to be okay.
Well, and like you said, Oklahoma, I think, is prime positioning for that when you do have that interstate market because they call it
It's
the
built into
crossroads of
788.
America.
We've got the
It's
cross
built in.
I-35 and I-40. We got that crossroads and we can do
Right.
some shit.
Yeah, it was built in from the very first 5 pages. It was important enough to put in the very beginning 788. And I, you know, that's been something nobody's tried to challenge or to change. So it can only be good for Oklahoma.
Because, like you said, 788 was structured that once federal legalization comes about, we can ship across state
It was.
lines.
And it was structured to where there would be no limit on the number of businesses. And the reason for that is because now we have 9,000 growers in Oklahoma. And some of those are the best growers in the country.
And that's
Some
a
of those
fact,
have
in my
the
opinion,
top
yeah.
genetics. I mean, I don't count myself among the best. I just count myself among a good seed reproducer.
Right.
I've only actually bred a few strains. And, you know, I got lucky. I won an award. Not the best breeder, but I'm
You won an award. I got one too. You got
Yeah.
one for
We-
best breeder. I got one for top cannabis advocate in Oklahoma.
Yes,
Cool, right
we
on.
did. We got awards at the same event. And
Green Grove Fest. Yeah.
yeah, that wasn't a strain that I did myself, though. That was a strain that I bought from another breeder. The one I got the award for that we bred ourselves out at Castio Farms was out in Washington, the Autoflower Cup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we made our own strain. It's in that bag. The
This bag of
Castio,
seeds that
yeah.
we're gonna.
the Castio Titanic 3 Bears has won awards and continues to be a really, really nice plant. And the next competition coming out for Cat 415 Farm Fest will be an autoflower from Seed Grow. We're going to announce it on New Year's Day, or we're going to
there's
announce
gonna
it
be
now.
another
I guess we're going to
We're a
announce
couple
it
days
now.
early.
Oh, she's gonna announce this
I guess
competition
we'll
on New
announce
Year's
it
Day.
right now.
We're
There's
rehearsing.
the
We're
next-
professionals.
yeah.
Trust us.
The next competition for the farm festival will be an autoflower from Seed Grow Off, and we'll be announcing the contest details on January 1st. Where to pick up seeds, what the cost of the seeds are, what the prize might be. I first have to judge how many people I think might be interested in it
Right.
before I can set a prize.
Right.
You know, I set the prizes on the pigments based on the thought that I was going to have 25 people because like 35 people reached out. But then only about 12 actually ponied up when it was time to, you know, pay the money and win the prize. I gotta be careful with the seed competition that I don't offer more prizes than I can provide.
Right. I understand.
So
yeah.
we have a lot of sponsors jumping on board, which is helping a lot. Genesis Testing Labs is an education sponsor. Sadie's Gentleman Club in Ponca City is sponsoring our after party those nights. They're actually going to open early at 4:00 so that we can get in there early in the afternoon and have our 4:20 break. They are 4:20 friendly.
I love a 420 break. Okay, cool. On that right there, we've announced that you've got another competition coming up. We're announcing all the rules and everything January 1st. You know I'm going to jump in on that because I'm in on this one right here. David's in on this one right here. We're going wide open.
That's for sure.
All right.
You guys can still find me anywhere on Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff at
TikTok.
OK Canada Dave.
Okay, Canada Dave.
Okay, cool. On that note right there, we're going to give a quick shout out to all of our sponsors. We got Frank Urbanek, he's running for mayor, and we're going to give a shout out to Joe Lewis. He's also running, and we've got Connie Johnson. She is running for governor. Now, if you want to be up here in the audience, just give us a shout out at Wake and Bake with Old School and Co, and we can get you tickets. That's it. Toke up and tune back in.